Hi, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 2023 Mercury retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. Let's see what the cards have to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so what's here is we have Gemini energy coming forward quite powerfully. So if you have Gemini in your chart, if you have Geminis in your life, those people are going to come through, and that energy in your chart is going to come through very strong. So being aware of this is going to be very powerful. Now, if you're born on the cusp with Pisces, or you have Pisces energy in your chart, that energy also is coming through very strong. If you have Pisces in your life, they're coming through very powerfully. So being aware of this during this time, that Gemini energy and Pisces energy is going to be very much aligned with you, or at least positively moving you forward. It doesn't mean you have to get on with these people at all, okay? But what it means is that you're looking at things and you're like, oh, I see it. Or like, oh, okay, it's this. So just be aware of that during this time. You are going to see doors closing, and or something frustrating is going to happen. And you're going to think, oh my gosh, this is awful. It isn't actually awful. It's going to send you on a path that you weren't expecting. You're looking at things differently, and you're looking at things differently again, which you can kind of have a little bit of a crisis of faith during this time. It doesn't have to be anything big, but it's a sense of, oh my gosh, what am I doing? How do I move forward? Where is it that I need to be? What is it that I'm going after? Type of thing. We need to look at our fears and what has overwhelmed us. We also need to look at what is most important to us as we open our eyes, but also as we close our eyes, as we connect, as the moon's face turns, as we go into ourselves, and then as the spotlight comes on us. What do you love? Not what do you lust after, what feels good in the moment, but what do we deeply love and is sacredly important to us? That's going to be a very powerful element of this time. With the 10 of Wands reverse, we're releasing just very abruptly. We're releasing a lot of chaos that has been around us, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of disappointments. And that can leave us feeling like, well, what the heck is going on here? I lost all that weight that seemed to almost ground us. And now what is happening? We have a bit of a fear of letting the heart rule us. It's interesting because we have strong Pisces energy here, but the Queen of Cups reverse is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And so with this coming forward, with the Queen of Cups reverse, there's a sense of, I'm afraid to let my heart guide me. I'm afraid to fully embrace what I love, what I want, what's important in my life. How do I open up the door for me? And that's going to be a big thing during this time, and a big question. We can see water sign energies kind of, they rub us the wrong way a little bit. But that's why that energy of Pisces, it could be, one where you're like frustrated by this energy, but also like you start to see certain things because of that. Like if your eyes wouldn't have been opened in the same way. I hope that's making sense, because that's what Spirit is showing me. So let's see here what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Also, if you're interested in entering to win a free reading, put a snowman in the comment box below, and a person will be chosen at random and announced in a separate video on the 1st of January. So keep your eyes open for that, and do not be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box pretending to be me. Also, if you would like to purchase a reading, a healing, or a meditation, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below. Gratitude reversed is our energy here. To really walk forward and say thank you, that's going to be really important. Even if during this time we don't feel like there's a lot to be thankful for, or we feel like we're taken advantage of in one way or another, gratitude needs to ground us. And we're finding it a little bit difficult to be grounded in that gratitude. Now, it doesn't mean that we're selfish or self-centered or egotistical. Some of us could be, but it's not the majority here. It means that, or it can even mean that we're dealing with very selfish, self-centered, egotistical people. And seeing the gratitude in everything feels astoundingly difficult. So being aware of this during this time is going to be really important. That gratitude reversed, that there's an energy of like taking around us, and we kind of need to take it back and just say thank you to the world, to say thank you and ground ourselves and stabilize ourselves. And then moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have 2. Oh, no, it's 3. Okay. So, oh no, 2. Okay, good. There we go. So we'd say very chatty energy from our chakras. We have communication, which is the throat chakra reversed, and we have the root chakra balance also reversed. So spirit is saying here, listen, it's going to be a little bit difficult for us to listen, for us to feel balanced in our communication. And that's because of a Mercury retrograde. Like that's what Mercury retrograde does. Mercury retrograde, Mercury is the fastest moving planet. And in a retrograde, we feel topsy-turvy around things like communication, tech, travel. So it can be hard to feel balanced, to feel stabilized, to feel secure in the way that we're moving forward. So here, looking at what am I communicating? What do I want? What am I saying to myself? We have a hard time even deciphering what we want from ourselves, and we can feel out of balance. It's interesting because the yin and yang, I guess I didn't have to turn it upright, but the yin yang, it looks kind of like the Pisces sign of the 2 fish. So there's a sense in our emotions. Where are we heading in different directions? Like, what did we think we want? And then what do we want now? And what are we looking for within ourselves? If we can communicate that to us, which again is going to be a little tricky during this time, we can find that balance, we can find that harmony, and we can move forward in where we need to be. So just being aware of this is going to be a very big deal. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is the King of Pentacles reversed. So we can have a bit of difficulty with earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We can be feeling like, oh, how do I enhance my prosperity? How do I move forward in success? What is it that I want? What is it that I need? What is it that I'm looking for? And we can have people being very kind of dogmatic with us and being like, it has to be just like this. Or voices from the past coming forward, or even our present, and saying, it has to be just like this. Aquarius, you don't like to follow rules. You just don't. Like, there's a structure where you can be like, okay, I can respect that, but you don't want somebody breathing down your neck. You don't want to be like overly restrained. And this is going to be an energy that's overly restraining. So looking at the King of Pentacles reverse and being like, okay, this energy comes in, and we can even have a bit of a difficulty because Mercury retrograde goes from Sagittarius energy to Capricorn energy to Sagittarius energy again. And so when it's in Capricorn, we can feel that restraint. But also, what seeds are we planting? What are we looking to open up in our lives, to find our betterment in, to find our purpose in, to move forward in our bounty? So with the King of Pentacles reversed, the question is, what seeds are we planting? What do we want? How are we opening the door for us? It moves us here to the 2 of Wands reversed. Doors are closing. It's just going to be the way that it is. It's going to be a sense of, oh, okay, I can't move forward that way, or oh, it's not going to be like that. And we can be very upset because we can think, excuse me, we can think, oh, but it has to be this way. And what we're going to see here with the 2 of Wands reversed is that Spirit is saying certain doors are closing for a reason. Certain things are coming to an end for a reason. It's having us look inward. It's having us look at what we really want, where we really want to be, what's super important to us, what just takes up, what just makes noise and takes up space type of thing. That's what we're releasing into the world. It's like, I don't need that, nor do I want it. It brings us to the Hangman. It brings us to a place where we're seeing things quite differently than we have seen things before. But the Hangman is reversed. We are moving towards awakening, but we can be caught up in what everybody else is saying. Now, understand this Mercury retrograde is from December 13th to January 1st. But the pre-shadow period began on the 25th of November, 3 weeks before Mercury retrograde. And it was in Sagittarius. So that has us dreaming big. It can have us having a bit of difficulty communicating those dreams, but our dreams were big and we felt very inspired. From the 1st of December to the 23rd of December, Mercury moved into Capricorn. And this is much more practical. It's not the dream big energy. It's like, okay, well, how are you going to get this done? How are you going to be logical and practical and get done what needs to be done in this world? And so I actually see this as a shift in our dreams. It's kind of like, okay, I was dreaming. I was opening up the doors. Like I was opening up to the possibilities. And now, because it's not as practical as it should be, and it seems preposterous, I'm slamming that door again. And Spirit is saying, move towards awakening. Move towards what you love, what you want, what's secretly important to you. We've seen things different, but we're going to see that certain things just don't vibe with our energy. And if it doesn't resonate with us, we have to let it go. And that's going to be very important because this Mercury retrograde, okay, it makes things messy. Mercury retrogrades make things messy. That's just what they do. And what we're going to see here is that Mercury moves super fast. It's a very fast moving planet. We're an air sign energy. We like fast. We do. So air sign energies, we kind of thrive on fast moving, fast pace, that sense of a lot of knowledge coming in. But with the throat chakra reversed, we're having a hard time communicating, taking in what we really want. So if we can meditate on our throat chakra, humming, singing, chanting, those will be very good things to do to help elevate our throat chakra and move us towards the awakening that we've been kind of moving away from. Even though we were on that path, but there's a frustration that comes in. There's something here that makes us think, oh, I'm not quite enough, or that couldn't possibly be the path. And then with the moon here, there's a sense, okay, so there's a sense that a lot of fears come forward, because I was going to say with the moon reversed, and I saw the moon card reversed, but it's not reversed, it's in the upright position. That's why I had to pause. I was like, what are you doing here, Spirit? There is a sense of fears coming forward, and fears kind of being thrusted at us in a way, not in a very elegant way either. It's just like, here's what you could be afraid of, here's what's coming at you, look at this. So the moon comes forward, and the moon is having us face fears, face doubts, say, what do I respond to in anger? What do I respond to in retreat? Where do I need to stand in me? What happens when the eye is fully opened with the with the full moon, and then when the eye is closed with the new moon? But the new moon was on the 12th, right? The 12th of December was the new moon. The 13th of December began the Mercury retrograde. And so this is a time where the moon's energy is very powerful. And it's having us look at things like, what's your intention? What do you want? State it to yourself. That's going to be super important during this time. We don't have to do it right now, but from the 13th to the 1st, stating our intentions, stating what we want for the new year, for our new selves moving forward, looking at our fears, looking at what we desire, but not being afraid to dive into our hearts. That's going to be a big thing. It moves us to the lovers. Now, what's very interesting is the moon and the lovers are the only duality within the tarot, right? So the two fish in the zodiac, the two people in the zodiac, for Gemini, the two fish. For Pisces, there's a sense of duality here, duality of emotion for Pisces, duality of being for Gemini. Both can be very misunderstood. Both kind of have two very distinct beings that they present to the world at the exact same time. So it can seem confusing. What we're going to look at here is a sense of, what do I love? What do I love, and what am I passionate about? Where do I want to be? What is it that my heart longs for? And what is it that my practicality longs for? My dreams and my practicality coming together. A sense of, what am I opening the door to for me? What do I love? What do I want? What do I desire from myself? How am I moving forward in success, in interest? How am I feeding the passion of my life and myself while honoring two very different sides of me? And we're going to be dealing with people during this time that we can think, well, that person's really different than me. I can't believe we get on. So just being aware of this is going to be really important. Or, oh, wow, that person is really different from me. I can't believe I just learned a valuable lesson from them. So just being aware of this during this time. Gemini is also ruled by Mercury. So they feel Mercury retrogrades a lot more than other signs do. Well, Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury. So they feel Mercury retrogrades much more intensely. During this time, Mercury is going to be conjunct the dwarf planet Quarar, and Quarar is a creation god who brings order out of chaos. And this is going to be aligned with all things Mercury. So here, there's going to be some order out of chaos coming around what we love, what we're passionate about, what we desire, what we're looking forward towards. This leads us to the 10 of Wands reverse. We're releasing a lot of the burdens that we've had, but we're also having trouble letting go of them. We're looking at things and kind of trapped in a mindset of, well, this will always be, right? Like, this is how it is. This is how it was from time immemorial. And this is how it's always going to stay. And then as we release it, because there's going to be a frustration where it's almost like I fling this away from me, repulsed and repugnant from it. Repelled. There we go. Repulsed and repelled. And there's going to be the sense of feeling, again, weightless. Like, without this burden, without what I'm carrying here, how do I move forward? What do I move to? Where do I want to be? So just know that passion-wise, creatively, we are seeing a completion of a cycle, but we're seeing it in a way where it's like, I don't want that. I'm not doing it like that. And this can also be after a dream that we have about how we should be moving forward. Now, it can be that we actually have a dream. For a lot of you Aquarius, you're going to have a dream of the way that you want to be moving forward in your life, like what you really want. I would totally take that dream as a blueprint and move forward in it. For others of us, it's the dream that we had once upon a time, probably around 15 years old. We were teenagers, early 20s, maybe, where everything, like the sky was the limit type of deal. And here, we came up with those dreams. They were very distinct. They were very precise. They had time frames to them, and we thought we knew everything. And Spirit is saying here, no, like, you're going to be learning more. Your dreams were made to give you a platform to move forward in. But we didn't know. We don't know what we don't know, right? Our language is limited by what we have seen, the culture we were raised in, how we were, how we were brought into this world, how we consume things in this world. So that's all we knew. And Spirit's, way of taking things in is limitless. It's like there's no boundaries whatsoever. So here, taking our dreams and saying, okay, that was a blueprint. How does it move me forward? How does it move me to where I need to be? And it brings us then to the Queen of Cups. We're having a bit of difficulty saying, this is my heart, this is my passion, this is my soul, this is what I love, and this is what I'm following with. I'm letting my heart guide me forward. So with the Queen of Cups, Spirit says here, hey, listen, let your heart guide you forward. Let your heart embrace what you love, what you want, and where you need to be. And we're afraid of that. We're afraid to let that emotion come forward and play such a pivotal role. But what if it does? Now, we do have to be mindful during this Mercury retrograde because as air sign energies, again, we love communicating, we love words, we love travel, just even like I always see with air sign energies have a hard time sitting still. All right. So traveling doesn't mean that we have to go to Timbuktu. It means that we can be restless. We can like to pace. We can, be going from room to room, doing things, looking for things. There's a motion to this time that we very much like. All right. And to our lives that we very much like. So having that motion move forward, but with a Mercury retrograde, it's like, okay, I can trip more easily. Okay. There can be a sense of things not being where I placed them. So I'm looking all around just to have that movement, but I'm moving in circles. So be mindful about this during this time. With the heart, we're being told, let your heart guide you. Let your heart lead you on an adventure. It's something that we have done before and gotten burnt with, and that's okay, even though it doesn't feel like it was okay. But to say to our heart, again, I'm opening my heart to what I love, to what I need, and to what I greatly desire. And I open that heart to me. And that heart is here for me. And letting the love pour in, that is going to be the biggest game changer. Yeah, it is. Our subconscious, our subconscious spirit message is light reversed. We're going to be very drawn to the darkness. Now, this can mean that also we're very drawn to darker things, like we can really want to watch true crime and, that kind of stuff and fill our cup up with a lot of negativity. Be mindful about that. It's fine to be curious. I mean, seriously, it's everywhere. So, like, of course we would be, right? But don't fill your cup up with hatred and negativity and fear and chaos. It's just not going to be good for your psyche and for your soul and for yourself. So just be mindful about this. Moving towards the light, even though we're going to be drawn to the darkness, be drawn to the darkness like of the moon, the kind of coming into ourselves, embracing where we need to be, what we desire from ourselves, how we're opening up the door. That's going to be a big thing. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is inner child, and that's the heart chakra. Embrace your heart, embrace your inner child, embrace what you love. This is a time where we can do the simple meditation, and if you've been here before, you know it, where you close your eyes. You take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. And picture yourself with your arms wide open. And picture the child that you once were, running into those arms. And you hugging that little kid. And saying, I love you. I'm here for you. I will always be here for you. I will always listen to you. And I will always be on your side. Letting that love come forward and letting your inner child be heard is going to be such a powerful thing. And such a beautiful thing. It moves us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. It's the 10 of Wands. It's the 10 of Wands that we have reversed right here. We're carrying too much. It's weighing us down. We want to release it and we will release it, but then we can feel untethered. But be mindful of back pains and headaches and just a whole bunch of pressure coming down on us. We need to release. We need to release it. And this can be a time where we say, you know what, I'm stopping. I'm just stopping. And I'm taking care of me. And I'm checking in with me. if we can have the privilege to be able to actually stop doing things and take a day and just kind of, lay in bed and do that, that would be very beneficial. Listening to chants and, humming and embracing our vibrational energy, that can be very powerful, even though it sounds kind of silly. It's not. And so stepping into that power is going to be a very good thing. Our subconscious tarot message is the Ace of Cups. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe is handing you a gift of healing, beautiful love. You're taking it. You have the Queen of Cups right here, but it's reversed. So we don't know that we're taking it quite yet. The Queen of Cups comes in. Well, the Ace of Cups comes in and says, here are your emotions. The Queen of Cups is telling us, I'm not quite ready for this yet. I'm not quite ready for all of this to come forward. But the Ace of Cups brings forward into our hearts what needs to be seen. It's working in tandem with the Mercury retrograde. Things that we have repressed and pushed down come forward to the surface. And so during this time, just remember that. Things that we have repressed and pressed down, especially around the heart, around what needs to be said, it comes to the surface. And it will come out in the most interesting, sometimes inopportune, so do be mindful about this time, ways, but most interesting ways to have you step into 2024. A person who is reborn, a person who is really stepping into your power. All right, Aquarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this Mercury retrograde and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aquarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed Mercury retrograde and happy holidays. Bye.